Hello, friends. The 696th day of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. Today there is confirmation from Ukrainian experts that the situation in Avdiivka has significantly worsened for the Ukrainian armed forces. The Ukrainian military telegram channel Deep State writes that Russian troops, yesterday and today, taking advantage of weather conditions, are attacking the Tsar's Hunt south of Kamienka. While in the last village the situation is more or less under control, in the south of the city it has gotten out of control. Russian assault groups made their way through the Tsar's Hunt along Soborna Street and into the city itself, the report said. According to Deep State, the enemy is still there and is trying to gain a foothold. The situation cannot be ignored and events cannot be downplayed. Indeed, additional support is now needed there until the Russians dig in and improve logistics. The 110th Separate Mechanized Brigade also needs reinforcement. The guys are not eternal and not made of iron, although they make superhuman efforts. The Telegram channel writes that we cannot say more. Now we can only hope that the right decisions will be made and all enemy groups that have entered Avdiivka will be eliminated. In Russian military telegram channels, there is conflicting information regarding the situation in Avdiivka and the Russian army's capture of the important fortified area of the Ukrainian army, Tsar's Hunt, and access to the outskirts of the city. Some Russian telegram channels confirm this information and write about a daring operation that even Hollywood could not dream of. Others refute it, noting that advances in the area of the Tsar's Hunt took place, but Russian troops did not enter the city itself. At the same time, Deep State today recorded on its map the advance of Russians from the south into the Tsar's Hunt area and the transition of part of the territory, including the outskirts of Avdiivka, into the gray zone. According to reports from the ground, Russian infantry is attempting to gain a foothold along Chernyshevskoho and Sportivna streets. Meanwhile, NBC News says that if Congress does not provide additional aid to Ukraine, Russia could win the war in a matter of weeks, months at best. According to the TV channel, representatives of the White House announced this at a meeting with congressional leaders, which took place on Wednesday. Biden's National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Intelligence Director Avril Haines were there. According to them, Ukraine will exhaust certain air defense and artillery capabilities in the coming weeks. Date ranges were also named in which Kyiv will lose other types of weapons. According to the channel's source, White House officials are increasingly alarmed by the prospect that Biden will not be able to fulfill his promise to be close to Kyiv as long as necessary. White House officials also told congressmen that the lack of aid to Ukraine could prompt other countries that rely on the United States, including Japan and South Korea, to rethink their alliances. A bipartisan group of congressional leaders meeting agreed that providing aid to Ukraine is a national security priority, but acknowledged that there are differences over how to proceed legislatively, the article says. Let me remind you that House Republicans are demanding that Biden take steps that are unusual for his course to strengthen the border and reduce migration. The White House agrees to only part of these conditions. Also recently, Speaker of Congress Mike Johnson said that Biden does not answer the question of what the future strategy for Ukraine is. According to him, these questions were repeatedly brought to the White House, but there was no answer to them. The White House has not provided those answers. I've begged them in writing, publicly, privately, in every way to give us those answers, but they haven't, and so without those answers, it's very difficult for us to get the funding we need to do what needs to be done to stop Putin, Johnson added. Also, according to the Speaker, we must secure the U.S. border before we secure anyone else's border.
Friends, this channel exists solely thanks to your support. If you have the opportunity and desire to support the channel, I will be very grateful to you. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.